Hi, I'm Yoram Solomon, and I'm the founder of the Innovation Culture Institute. And I'm here to show you how to become a more trustworthy leader. This video is part of a series based on the book, Can I Trust You? 70 plus 1 Habits that will make you a trustworthy leader. After years of research, I developed the following model. I found that this model applies to every relationship. In this book, I applied the model to the leader-employee relationship. I like to look at trust as a cycle. Your trustworthiness may cause your employee to trust you, which will reinforce your trustworthiness, especially since you quickly realize that those actions lead to more accountable, creative, and productive employees. On the other hand, your untrustworthiness may cause your employee to distrust you, which will only reinforce your untrustworthiness. And as a result, you will typically operate in either cycle with any employee. Most likely, you will be at the same cycle with all of your employees. However, there are ways to break out of those cycles. Your employee may distrust you initially, but you can break out of the distrust cycle by demonstrating trustworthy actions that will change the employee's attitude towards you and move that relationship into the trust cycle. In this book, I will teach you 70 plus 1 habits that will help you get there and stay there. Unfortunately, the employee may begin by trusting you, yet your untrustworthy actions and behavior will cause them to distrust you. Don't do that. Follow the advice in this book. Learn and practice the habits described in it. Building trust happens during every interaction with the employee and also before and after those interactions. I call the factors that build or kill trust during an interaction transactional factors, and those that take place outside of an interaction contextual factors. There are 3 factors in each category. Each one of them has the potential to build or kill trust. The contextual factors include competence, shared values, and fairness or symmetry. Competence is the extent to which the employee believes that you know your job as a leader and that you are good at it. It is contextual because the employee really doesn't care how well you play golf. Well, typically. Shared values are the extent to which your employee believes that you have their best interest in mind because you are like them and you value the same things. Some values are universal. Some are individual, such as personality types, and some are interpersonal and unique to the combination of you and that specific employee. Fairness or symmetry is the extent to which you are equal in your relationship. Well, it's hard to say that you're equal and you're the boss and they're your employees, especially when you're controlling their assignments and compensation. However, they need to feel that your relationship is based on fairness and symmetry and that both of you have something to gain from the successful outcome and you both have something to lose if the outcome is not successful. Fairness and symmetry may occur in other areas than compensation or office size to still matter. The transactional elements occur during every interaction between you and your employee, and they include time, intimacy, and positivity. Time is simply the amount of time that you spend together interacting. The more time you spend together, the more opportunity you have to gain their trust. A significant component of the time factor is first impression. Not all time has the same impact on building trust. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. The first impression you make has the highest impact on your trustworthiness. Intimacy is the level of interaction that you have where text message and email are at the lowest end of the spectrum, phone calls above it, and face-to-face meetings are at the top or close to it. It follows Albert Mehrabian's model of 7-38-55, where 7% of likability is attributed to the words that you use, 38% to your tone of voice, and 55% to your body language. Positivity is not referring to the positivity of the situation that you're in, but rather to your employees' view of the positivity of your behavior during that interaction with them. Once you left the meeting, did your employees have a positive or negative impression of you? How much? Finally, I wanted to share the Trustactions formula that I developed at the Innovation Culture Institute over the past decade, which explains how trust develops. Going through the details of this formula, how it evolved, and what does each part of it mean is beyond the scope of this book. But I just wanted you to get a glance of it and realize that such a formula does exist. Reach out to us to discuss it further. As much as it would be nice and clear, great for my OCD, the following 70 habits simply do not fit squarely into only one of the 6 trust actions categories. They cut across them, and I've put each one of them under one category just to eliminate redundancy. If we can increase your trustworthiness as a leader by 1 point, 64% of it would increase the productivity and creativity of your team. Is that something you care about?